Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Shantae. Friends to the End mode where we are able to swap between different characters and the different characters now have the ability um, to do different things. Although what it really is boiling down to more than anything is just going through the game one more time and trying really hard to not take any damage. Like this that I'm doing now is different than what I was doing up until this point, because this is all about just not trying really hard not to take any damage as fast as possible. Yeah, you get these level ups, which means your thing will do more damage. Your weapons will do more damage. But that's kind of it. Like, otherwise you're just trying not to take damage. Yeah, I feel like I've said the same thing 5 times now. It's weird. It's a lot more actiony and platformy, and like just high action stuff than what I would have expected. And Bolo has the ability to swing, and she has the ability, Roddy Tops has the ability to throw her head through things like that, but you can kind of, in that instance, actually skip it. And then Sky has the ability to Sky has the ability to make a platform. Yeah. And yeah, you've definitely got some issues. Certainly with this idea. Like, her head only lands where it's safe. And what this really boils down to is, at the end of this process, we need to have as much health as possible, because health is all that there is really to this idea. Let's see, this is gonna be a nightmare to fight. So do I want to use up magic, or and see, I can't knock that back into the quicksand, so like I don't even know if there is a way to get damage on this guy. Yeah, just a whole mess there. And you probably can notice that at the moment there's not a lot of action happening with Roddy Tops. And see, I want to just kind of run through this as fast as possible. I don't want to stick too long into any of these levels, because this will just go on forever. Yeah, there really seems like there's no upgrades here, and this definitely needs an upgrade system. of some sort. Like, it just does not work without that. Alright, so question. How do we get that? I guess you just do that. And then I don't have an ability to do anything else, so this must be the move. It's to do that. And see, this level was notable originally in that there was a way to fly up when you were playing the Shantae. And they've done some slight changes here to the design. But boy, is this not a good combat design here. Like, they really should have worked on this to make this work better. Alright. And then we just immediately get hit. Just look at all of those crystals just being wasted. Okay. Can we get this to work? Yeah. We can do it the easy way, I suppose. Just platform onto the thing and jump a lot. Like, every level has these squids, but the squids don't seem like they do anything. And yeah, I just... We may have a race upward this time. Ooh. They're gonna bring back that. I'm not super surprised by that idea. It is gonna be a problem though, if we're gonna play this way, because if I'm not fast enough moving, I am potentially going to go up in like the totally wrong direction. I think when she tosses her head, I gotta remember which button does what. Yeah, I think when Rydo tosses her head though, that is a point where time freezes, so you might have a little bit of a benefit there. But yeah, I'm not even gonna bother. In this case, I'm just gonna try to move as fast as possible up. Yeah, I'm just gonna skip all of those. And see, now we would need to get magic. Let's see. And that. Wow. That was not at all what I expected to have happen. Alright, come on. Come on. I think the game is being fairly generous here. Let's see. How am I supposed to get up here? Yeah, this is the part that's gonna suck though, is because is that just like a full death now with the room perhaps slightly cleaned out? Like, or is this just a full-on reset? Because like it's gonna be very difficult here and to do it as things were going. Let's see. Let's see. This almost feels like this level was specifically designed in such a way so that we would collect that. I missed something there. I just realized. Like, it feels like it was specifically designed so you would struggle through a section like this if you weren't just a complete and total expert at swapping between the two characters and knowing exactly I'm gonna try and get to the two ones I missed, which would require me to go back, but I'm thinking it's might be worth it. I'm hoping it's worth it. Now, like, and we can see nothing was accomplished in the first run. None of the pathways are clean or cleared. So, like, this was a section that even when we played it the first time and Shantae was giving us, we were having to race, even then it wasn't as bad as it seems like it's now. There we go. And the next section was kind of the frustrating section, so are we just doomed? Can we skip sections? Or do we have to go back and work our way through this with perhaps collecting more health as a precautionary measure? Because now you're at the continue spot, so you get back to this level continued, and you're at 1.5 health, maybe enough health to heal once. You know, I am not 100% opposed to the idea of potentially just giving up on the Friends to the End DLC. Like, in the same way that I wasn't willing to do the heroic mode, I am not completely opposed to the idea of calling it and just saying, you know what, this is not for me. Like, all I can do is this. And see, everything freezes. But then, for that freeze, you don't get enough of a benefit unless you're gonna just try and freeze everything, which I don't buy into that. really at all. Let's see. If you've got even a single overshot, you've got to do. Let's hit that. All right. So, yeah, you hit that, but does that help you any? Because now I have to basically get perfect. Alright, how about this? You throw it that way, you get that way, get up there, swing back, get up there. And then you fall, and then what can you do now? You just can't do anything. Stage select doesn't let you go any further. You can't run back this way. She's got no health. Spike balls wouldn't do anything for you. And even if the game is adjusting slightly for you, for all this, there's just like no solution here. I'm gonna get hit once, and then that'll be the end of this. I don't think any other like saving grace that even could happen here. I could try to like go to those jars and see if those jars perhaps would give me magic, but I bet they don't. So then when you continue, you're at this point, and let's say we were going to go back to stage select and warp. I guess you could save at that point. So maybe you could go through the whole level once. But like what we desperately would have to do here is just grind. We're just grinding for magic. And there's a decent chance in the effort to grind for magic, you just fail miserably. Like you need a spa or something that would allow you to refill your health in any amount. And for as little as the spa helped in the main game, it would be incredibly helpful in this game. Yeah, but right now, this isn't helpful. Sure, I can get this to the maximum, and maybe I can even find some health things to get to the health even higher. So he's like max now. Which that's great and all. That means it'll do more damage. That in no way helps you with your major problem, no. In which you'll just be short on health. And let's just play as her and see if we can, if they start to decide to give us, well, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. We can see here, it's not giving us enough health. It's not giving us enough magic. I could eat like that right now. But really wouldn't help. I suppose if I can make it to the end of a level, maybe there's something there as an idea. If you could break the, or kick the crystals and turn them into magic, if you had that ability, that might be helpful. And going through a level like this sorta kinda helped, but not really. Why are we saving as we leave and saving as we go in? Let's go. Yeah, if there was a full refill heart at the beginning here, I might be able to do this at this point. But we are kind of effectively at the middle point of this, and I just think it's pretty much a no-go. I think we're probably, I mean, unless we find out that there's something in one of these jars. I can get hit pretty much once, and it still won't really matter, will it? Because like we are really just opening ourselves up to the next frustration point of what is inevitably going to happen next. Yeah, well, at this point I've completely abandoned any hope of getting all the collectibles. This would be doable if, and pretty much only if, you had health upgrades. But there's no health upgrades. And there clearly won't be any health upgrades. Because if there were going to be health upgrades, we would have seen it before. Right. Is it faster to do this than it is to do that? And see, this one really threw me through a loop because it really was cheating the system. Come on, throw this now there. Come on. And I'm just cheating this as much as possible. Trying to get as far as possible. As fast as possible. And yeah, almost certainly you won't be able to get any further. And so I don't want to break this because I'll probably fall to my death. Yeah, kind of want to do this. Yeah, if ever there was going to be a section that I rage quit though, this would be the section. Unless the game is going to be extremely generous. And that hurt me. I didn't think these things would hurt. So we're about to die. And we don't have enough magic. And we're doomed to failure. I can grab that. And maybe, just maybe, yeah, there's nothing you can do here. You're just gonna die. Yeah, I think we're done with this stuff. Even if I could get really lucky and pull a whole bunch of this off, we've got the entirety of Risky's hideout to contend with after this point to also consider. And honestly, I kind of feel like the game is being fairly kind here. It does feel like they could be a lot more cruel in this level. But I don't know how much that's gonna matter. Like one more fall. That's all it's gonna take is one hit, one fall. And the game definitely does not feel like it's programmed in such a way to give you health. Yeah. So yeah, that's friends to the end. As it were, as we got to world 3-3, of which you can tell there's a world 4, which of course there is. That would be the flying carpet world, and that might be a nightmare section too. It'd be interesting to see if that first boss battle happens with Twitch and Vinegar. And then we have also here, after the flying carpet world, we have the haunted castle world, and then you have Risky's section. Yep, we're not gonna make it to the end of this. Shantae. And see, that stinks, certainly. That is definitely a danger you will run into, certainly, with any game, particularly if you're going to just start throwing out experiments. So we didn't unlock any of the 4 end screens with that. Let's see what beach mode is. It might be, frankly, we find that beach mode is just as bad as the next one. Interesting. The order is different. Let's try ninja mode. Ninja mode is the next one on this list. Let's see. Oh boy. My new ninja costume arrived today. So snug, it fits just like a dream. So apparently this is a society, or at least Shantae appreciates her clothes being snug. Now I can see what it's like to save the day as a ninja. There's just one teeny problem. I don't even know what a ninja even is. Oh right, the costume came with a scroll. Now where I put it? Here it is, let's see. Whoa. To become a ninja warrior, one must master the ninja arts, stealth, speed, strength. And a ninja employs these skills to slay the enemy. While Sequin Land does have a lot of bad guys and monsters lately, I should slay them right away. But yeah, once again, this feels like this might just be a speedrun mode more than anything. Enemy sighted, here we go. But first, I'll check the scroll. Let's see. Oh man, so many words. Kind of wish I could just skip this, but here we go. Ninja technique 1, wall jump. Jump against the wall to stick to it. Press A to jump away from the wall. Okay, then it says ninja technique 2, teleport. Press Y while holding in any direction to disappear and reappear elsewhere. Cool. Next up, ninja technique 3, backdash. Press left trigger to dodge out of harm's way. That was in the main game. Interesting. Ooh, look at this. Ninja technique 4, ninja stars. Sigh, stars are so pretty. Spend your ninja magic to launch a deadly blade and pierce the unsuspecting foe. That's gross. And finally, last one, let's see. Ninja technique 5, level up. Collect gems to increase your level and abilities. Raise your level to quickly slice through foes into wet, quivering ribbons. That is the way of the ninja. Wow, that sounds awesome. Hehe, I think I'm ready. Ninja time. So, this, yep, to me, feels like we are slicing with a sword instead of killing things with our hair. It's incredibly slow for a ninja game. And it's the same system as before of getting the gems. Clearly they wanted to experiment with that idea. Or perhaps it's probably better to say they had done some of this experimentation already. So if you got a wall, you can kind of double jump. This, much like Friends to the End, is going to potentially have a limiting factor in the fact that you can't upgrade your health, which may just be an argument that there really is no room for fair weather Shantae friends in their playbook, and Shantae fans, and you've got to become an expert at the Shantae games. This is probably a great example of where, like, hyper fans of the series would have kickstarted and funded the game, but the problem there is those Kickstarters will get the game for funding it, more than likely, at a certain level. And then you very easily, if you listen to them too much, will then end up making a game that only appeals to the hyper quality. More dream squids. So let's see how the white button does. Yeah, you might be able to do something with this. Yeah, you can kind of dash through things, but maybe not dash through enough things. I will say Shantae has a loadout here of abilities that's possibly a lot better. So that's how you get higher, is you use the ninja vanish. Still trying to level up to level 1. Once again, this is a game that feels like it would have made a lot of sense if these were DLC things that came out months apart and were a good excuse to go back and play Shantae for the 10th time. Which, honestly, that is really what it's asking you to do, is every mode they want you to play two times, so you're talking like minimal 10 playthroughs to get fastest 100% of the time, unless you're just an excellent player and could somehow have seen someone else play it and know all the tricks and things. But if you rage quit one way, then you're already opened the door to rage quit another way. So I'm not sure I really want to do this. Or if I just want to say I'm done with the Shantae series. Or not the entire series, but Shantae Half-Genie Hero. I'll play the 5th game when it comes out. Sure. But I'd frankly prefer to... Now, is there any way I could go forward to the left? I don't think so. This does seem like it gives you more health, so this might be doable. Interesting. If you right bump, you also disappear. And there's your backdash. Let's see. Let's come back this way. Come back through here this way. This does feel doable. I kind of wish they'd just play the levels out of order though. Like that's the kind of the basic thing they could have done. It wouldn't have been much of a change at all to just say we're gonna just make you go through the sand level first or the final level first and move things in just different order. The wall jump unfortunately does not seem to allow for any infinite wall climbs. I'm wondering if level 4 is the maximum level here, or if this is a case where you can just keep going up and up in levels. If you get to the point where you are one hit killing everybody in ninja mode, that would be nice. There we go. Yeah, this seems doable. A lot more doable. This is it. I sense my foe is near. But before I engage in the battle, I better check the scroll first. Let me see here. A true ninja is the master of disguise. Gotcha. I shall conceal my true identity. Ho ho ho. What's this? Someone dares to stand in my way and wearing pajamas no less. These aren't pajamas. It's my non-ninja costume. It's really me, Shantae in disguise. Who? Must admit the name does sound somewhat familiar. What? How could you not know my name after all this time? We're bitter enemies. Except for that one time when we worked together, and then you sort of forgot all about it. Please. You think I'd limit myself to being one person's rival? Ridiculous. I have enemies all over the world. I looted and pillaged 3 towns just this morning. Personal rival indeed. But if it's a battle you want, I can certainly accommodate you. Men, blast us twerp to smithereens. No way, it's ninja time. Alright, Tinker Slug, your personal rival. Oh. Alright. So, are we gonna have anything we can do? No, I think you just slice this guy. And yeah, I can throw the level 3 ninja blades all I want. You can really see how this boss battle was not originally designed to hand out crystals. Yeah, that was relatively easy. It felt way easier to do that than it did to do the exact same 3 levels in Friends to the End. Even though there's 3 different people, it actually does just make the game more difficult, frankly, to have to think about swapping. I beat you. Feel the wrath of the ninja. Ugh. Now see what you've done? My ship has run off again. I'll let you off easy this time, but I'm warning you. Stay out of my way. Let's see, do you need this animation where she's on a different pirate ship than the one you just defeated, but no reason to see her ship move when you could have just seen her jump off screen. Victory has been achieved. My enemy has been slain. Best of all, I've become a master of disguise. I'm one step closer to becoming a true ninja master. Alright. And then she does a ninja vanish stance. I don't see any achievement unlocking for doing that, though. Ninja must never stop training. I better check the scroll again. Let me see here. True ninja blends in by becoming one with nature. Got it. Before I slay my next opponent, I better get good at nature. These are really just pathetic excuses for dialogue. Just a feeling that there needs to be some dialogue, which, in all fairness, it would be fairly weird if there was just no talking at all. But you could make a joke about that. It wouldn't be particularly a funny joke if it was just ninjas never speak. Oh. Alright. There we go. Some of these abilities don't really, I think, line up nicely with Shantae's previous abilities. So if these were to become more abilities that you unlocked in the next Shantae game, not sure I'd really like them. But I could see the wall sticking ability becoming something that the monkey did. Yeah. Does she have any way of breaking big barriers? No. Level 4 is the maximum level. Are we gonna get any kind of upgrade? You kind of know you aren't. Because if we were gonna get any upgrades, we would have done it. We would have seen something by now. And she's at like the maximum kunai level. Which just does a lot of damage, but still only throws 3 blades in a standard format. Alright. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get anywhere. Well, I think I can do this, but I want to take a moment and see what the rest of the world has to offer as far as game, because I think we're gonna do a soft rage quit here. I can't justify playing the game just all the way through and trying to run through it just one more time for the sake of having a slightly different experience. Yeah, the number one flaw I would say this game has is the fact that there is kind of a glaringly obvious lack of level design, and they have managed to accentuate that flaw by making the people play, making multiple modes where you end up playing the same level over and over again. I have to remember I can pump myself up. Right, shoot yourself up that way. I think the idea here is to do this. I think that's the idea. Of course, it might not really accomplish much for me to get up to here. Yeah, we got that. I guess I can hold onto walls, which is nice. But look where we're going. Like these first 4 levels are the levels I like, and then it's just a nightmare for the rest of the game. You'll get sections that are relatively alright, like the beginning of this the beginning of this section is not bad, but once you have to start doing the platforming stuff, that kind of sucks, and then you end up just getting more and more frustrated, and there's no upgrade in health. So once we start to can't go through those blocks. Yeah. Alright. Stage select. Nope. We haven't even collected anything, so let's just exit. Yeah.
Shantae, Half-Genie Hero.
No, I don't see it. I don't see a reason why I'd want to play ninja mode. It's just once again. It's weird that beach mode and ninja mode are in different orders. Ninja mode, once again, would have unlocked 4 things. Honestly, probably the easiest thing to do here would be to just get a 100% save file from somebody. Let's check out beach mode. All new arcade style adventure with the beach and work on that tan. And here we have one outfit that is our standard outfit, as you can see in the background, and the other outfit is blue and seems to show a little bit more skin, so we'll take the blue one that shows more skin. Why not? Let's see how extreme this goes.
Time to hit the beach.
This is it. The perfect beach day. Now you can see this strap on her bikini, which most of the bras on this game have been more tube tops and not had straps. But looking at it at like 1080p, oops, I had to start my, let's see. Like I was gonna say, the strap on her bra is very, very jaggedy. I'll make straight for the beach, but first I better brush up on my summer safety tips just in case I write it. I've got them written right here. Let's see. Gosh, this is kind of long. Kind of wish there was a way to skip this. Anywho, safety tip 1, beach ball, not a flotation device, but very effective in long range attacks. Press B to punk monsters with a beach ball toss. Next, 2, personal bulb. That's plenty of room. There's plenty of room for everyone. But when there isn't, press Y to float away in your own personal bubble. Be careful not to let your personal bump into emotional walls or real ones. Last one says 3, sunscreen. Oh shoot, I forgot my tanning butter. That's not sunscreen, that's the exact opposite of sunscreen. There's nothing more important than sunscreen. Apply copious amounts all over your bod. Don't miss a single inch. You could get a friend or 2 to help out. Maybe even draw fan art of the whole scene. I mean, why not? Send a copy to Sequin Land Safety, Postbox off number 5, care of Squid Baron. Ugh. Moving on. Keep a close eye on your sunburner meter. When it starts flashing, you better find more sunscreen quickly. Catching sunburn will drain your health rapidly, and then it's game over for you. Be sure to reapply sunscreen non-stop throughout your day. Remember the safety tips and make your sun time fun time. Gosh, who knew it was gonna be? Who knew going to the beach could be so dangerous? Well, off I go. So this does seem like this is going to play slightly different. Alright. What I wanted to do is make sure this was at 1080p. Yes, it is. And that might very well be an example of where 1080p is just not useful. So we have in the bottom of the game now a factor that will make the game even more irritating, in the sense that now you can't take your time. And sure, this may be potentially the 6th or 7th time you've played Shantae and played these levels, but at a certain point you've got, maybe somebody would just want to play this mode. Like, that's not crazy. And you can see she's actively turning redder and getting sunburnt. And I just don't get the idea. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So this is a nightmare. Like, you're gonna have to constantly get health. You're gonna have to constantly struggle. Looks like sunscreen might refill. You can get in the water to save you, which that's fine and all. I guess you could use that as something to your advantage. But there are definitely going to be levels where sunscreen's going to be harder to come by, and water is going to be harder to come by. And this is kind of just even going up to this point. It's not really gonna work. Like, as things keep moving, because you don't have a way of recovering health consistently. And I imagine you won't have a way to upgrade your health. It would make so much sense if there was just one beach level and Shantae was caught on the beach and she had to run around collecting sunscreen. That would be a funny sequence that wouldn't outstay its welcome. But I can already tell you, in this first level alone, this gameplay mode is insane for only the most insane of the Shantae fans out there. And like the previous sections, I'm just not really willing to play it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get any major different story. I don't think we're gonna get any major different upgrades. Let's see. And she's gonna say sunscreen every single time. And even if you're not taking health damage, you're gonna end up taking a decent amount of damage. These concepts are the exact opposite of what I would want. Let's see. How far can one rush through a whole section like this? Yeah, the only saving grace that this... Hey, this looks like a good spot. I'll just spread out my towel and... Huh? What's that sound? It's just the same boss fight, again. In the exact same order. Perfect place to work on my tan. I heard that. I have sensitive skin, I'll have you know. Basement dweller indeed. Who taught you to say such things? Oh, someone's arrived before me. Hi, friend. Ugh, just look at her, the nerve. She's hogging the best rays for herself. Men. Ready the ice bucket. Prepare to dump on my command. Refilling your the trays was your job. Never mind. Just pack the heft cannons and blast this beach bum to pulpy pits. Blubby beach bully. So each character's got like 5 or 6 different pun names. And so the can is going to give it, the bell is going to give us a suntan lotion. But not every time. So in this instance, you're going to have to get your timing just perfect. Nope. Don't see any reason why I'd want to play that. These sub-menus sections are just getting worse and worse. And what really sucks is they're getting more towards the fan servicey with the different costumes and the potential windscreens you would see, and yet they are requiring so much more. This one, once again, has 4 endings. I thought for a second it didn't, but I was hitting the triggers. Well, let's try out officer mode. Switch up your surroundings. Now, this is obviously going to be a reference to Mighty Switch Force, in which you change where the blocks are. Alert, alert. Oh, I've got an urgent message from the Galactic Penal Squad. Bzz. Come in, Officer Shantae. Shantae here, I'm ready for you. Space hooligans have escaped your custody. They're wreaking havoc all of Sequin Land. We need you to locate and apprehend them, the last one of them. I hereby authorize you to jump and shoot pellets. I'm on the case. Officer out. Gosh, this is perfect. With my new space officer outfit, I'll be able to bring in more evildoers to justice than ever before. I better get going. The citizens of Sequin Land need me. So, in Mighty Switch Force, in every level, there was like 5 blonde quadruplets, as it were. I guess that'd be septuplets, maybe. Which one's 5? Maybe septuplets. I'll have the Space Hooligans clapped in irons before you can say weird crossover, but first, I better debrief myself. Got my protocol handbook right here. Let's see what it says. Gosh, this is kind of long. Wish there was a way to just skip past all this. No matter, it reads Rule 1, know your battle frame. Battle frame is another name for your cybernetic body. Warning, it's not a toy. Your cyber body is very powerful. However, your body does have some limitations. For example, your body cannot duck, crawl, or dance. It's nature. Get used to it. I guess that means you're only running and jumping for me next. Know your pellet shooter. Fire pellets by pressing X. Like any firearm, you can power it up by collecting brightly colored gems. Don't get hit or you risk dropping gems. Sounds cool. Next up, know your siren helmet. Siren helmet is ultimate in peacekeeping equipment. Press B to reverse the position of every switch block in the vicinity. Use this ability to navigate your environment to solve puzzles. And finally it says Rule 4, no one gets left behind. That said, it's okay to leave everyone behind. Your primary mission is to clear the stage. Once you've secured an area, you can go back to apprehend any space hooligans you missed. Gosh, I can't wait to nab my first scumbag. Yay, off I go. Yeah. This might work fairly well. We still have just like the same menus, and we can see that there are collectibles. So, here's the difference. You can shoot. You can't crawl. You can't hit water. Good to know. Why did they not tell me that first? That I can't touch water. So that does. Time freezes when you swap too. So instead of the blonde septuplets, we have some risky boot looking criminals, which we had seen in the artwork, the different characters in the prison garb with the ball and chain. So we got a space hooligan. Try collecting a load of them, you never know what might happen. The real question, because you can't attack downward. Do I have a way to recover my health? Or am I doomed? Because I think we might be doomed. Got an achievement for doing that. Breaking the fourth wall. Literally breaking the fourth wall. I think we kind of inherently are seeing the problem here. Like, any one of these modes would have worked fairly well as kind of a dream. In fact, you could have easily had very small sections that happened during the regular gameplay, dreams that Shantae would have had. And yeah, I know all this was probably not ready to be released when the game was originally available, but I don't... I mean, there's really no other way to say it. I just don't like the extra level of challenge here. Like, I barely liked the level of challenge in the main game. And previous Shantae games, I don't feel like were as challenging as that. There may have been some points where previous Shantae games were a little bit difficult, but not this crazy difficult. Not to the level of I want to rip my hair out. This is so hard, difficult. Yeah. Do that. We can do the same with other characters. And here we have Roddy Tops as a space hooligan. And then we collect that character. And then man, just got the edge of my foot. Yeah, that seems like that's just gonna happen all the time. Is that you'll just grab a slight edge. It's not like your character jumps that high. It's just a very small amount of health. There we go. I think I find that a funny sequence, but I don't know if I really appreciate it. There we go. One more space hooligan. I think this is probably different from what you really would do if in My Switch Force. I think this probably also is a decent argument as to why there probably can't be another My Switch Force game. Not without a lot of work and a lot of level design. Which, yeah, unless this is just a completely different team at WayForward, I would have to assume that they don't really have the ability to do the level of level design you would expect. So we got everybody in one level, which is nice and all, but then this adds a level of craziness because I guess now since her gun levels up, it levels up in a like 3-way shot when it's level 2. Interesting. Yeah, but they've added something to this now because you have to collect 5 things where all the others had really only have you collecting 3 things. Yeah. And that's the kind of death that you would just want to take some damage from and continue playing. Not the kind of death that you want to be forced to reset the whole thing. Or start all over again with. Alright. Well, I don't think I can get up there. So guess what I have to do is something like that. that. Take that. Take that. Take that.
Gotcha.
You don't have any bullets, and it doesn't take any crystals, so it is just smarter to do that. And then pretty much have to just wait till the fire goes out. Double. And keep on doing this. Let's come down here. Now we've got like a full blaster. Level 3. But I don't really appreciate the how drastically your gun changes every upgrade. That's more frustrating than helpful. And level 4 is just maxed out again. There we go. And over here. And just take that and move here. And so we have like the strongest attack right now of any of them. And health is somewhat easier to recover, but you still can upgrade. Come in HQ, have arrived at a suspicious looking area. There could be space hooligans nearby. Watch your back, officer. I'm tracking a bogey. Ooh, gross. It's coming fast and at sea level. I'll handle it. Now, if you look at Shantae's outfit and the Mighty Switch Force outfit, while it is having a black dot in the stomach to emphasize a belly button, and it is contoured and tight outfits, compared to the other Shantae outfits, it's actually pretty tame. Which, in all fairness, the Mighty Switch Force game really isn't a game that shouldn't be for everyone. In fact, I'm not sure I wouldn't be having a better time at this point if I was playing that. You there, pull it over. Oh great, what seems to be the problem, officer? Name and identification, please. Me, don't you know who I am? A great age, weight, eye color? Not telling, intermediate. Do you have a permit for this giant slug contraption? I'm gonna need to see both a vehicle registration and a pet license. One moment, officer. I have the paperwork tucked right in. Oh my gosh, what was that over there? What? Where? Tinker Slug. License payment overdue. Alright. So, in this case, we've got to get all the way up here that way. And then, with our level 4 shot, we can win. It can't even hit me because all of these things are in the way. Yeah, but then you get hit one time and you take a damage. Took 2 tries there. But unless it was going to help me by giving me more of a health upgrade at the end of this, I'm still at the exact same position I've been with all the other DLCs. It's just gonna get too hard to be worth to make, and it's just not gonna be worth the effort. Now then, it's pretty apparent that you're no space hooligan, so it's time I'll let you off with a warning. But next time, cooperate right away and save us a big hassle. Can you do that? Thank you, officer. Won't happen again. Grumble, grumble. Again, just jump off screen. Don't show the animation. Headquarters, this is Officer Shantae reporting in. The area is secure. Roger that. Prepare to evacuate. And it's just always going to be the exact same warp pedestal. We'll get a maybe different dance. No, that's the same pose as the main game. Yeah. Even if you told me that the Ultimate Edition upgrade was free to everyone who had bought the game, and they don't sell the main game at all, and that they slowly released all of this content over the course of a couple years, I still don't feel like there's any variety here that would justify wanting to play these. Like, maybe if I wasn't a YouTuber, maybe if I wasn't trying to make content, maybe if I was just bored and wanted to get back into Shantae, I could see going back and playing these different modes. But the first thing I would have to do is go back to the main game and just try to speedrun the main game completely with 100% speedrun and become an expert in the main game part. And then after that, I'd have to relearn everything through the Pirates Queen's quest and Friends to the End. And like, it was fairly large difference between the main game and Pirates Queen's quest and Friends to the End. But Friends to the End and Beach Mode are fairly similar, and Ninja Mode and Beach Mode are fairly similar, and the Officer Mode is slightly different in that it is a My Switch Force crossover type homage game, but it's not better. All of them, starting with Friends to the End, run into the problem of just not having health upgrades. Let's check out Jammy's mode, and then I think we will be done with this series, because yeah, I just don't think that's gonna happen. Prepare for the ultimate pillow fight, and you can see all of our friends and Risky Boots, our little dolls. It's a little bit out of the norm, certainly, to have a character that potentially could play the entire game in her pajamas, but yeah, I'm not gonna complain. Giggle. I just had the coolest idea. It's a perfect way to thank everyone who helped me get through my recent adventures. Not just Uncle, or Sky, or Bolo, and Ronnie Tubbs, but everyone. I'm gonna host the ultimate slumber party, and everyone's invited. We'll have pillow fights, snacks, and stories. This is gonna be so cool. I better spread the word fast. So her hair is gonna be down, and that's about the weirdest part, I think, of this is we probably won't be able to do the hair whip. I'm gonna give everyone I know an invitation to my slumber party. I won't leave anyone out, but first I better read the tag on the back of these pajamas. Gosh, this is long. Kinda wish there was a way to skip this. Anywho, Garment Care 1, delicate fabric. These comfortable, fan-pleasing pajamas are made of fine silk and cotton weave. Wash only with your delicates in cold water only. They offer very little resistance to enemy attacks. Avoid all monsters. Gosh, that sounds like I'll have hardly any defense while wearing my jams. Next, Garment Care 2, Dream Cloud. The inner lining of this garment is filled with soft downy layer to promote healthy deep sleep. Press Y and float away on a cloud of total relaxation. Sounds cool. Next, Garment Care 3, Woolly Manifestation. This garment contains only 5% wool content, sheared from happy farm-raised sheep. Our sheep led rich, fulfilling lives. Heartful blessings are whispered into their ears, keeping them overjoyed at all times. Nevertheless, please use caution if you suffer from wool allergies. Lucid wool-induced REM sleep may cause physical woolly sheep manifestations to enter the real world. Fire a bouncing sheep at your foes by pressing B. Gosh, these pajamas are hardcore. Well, I'm off.
Let's go.
Alright, so fly up on a bubble, like we've seen before, and 4 levels, and 3 collectibles, and 50 gems. And our attack is going to be a pillow, and we can fight a sheep with the B button. What's crazy is we're doing like 10 damage with the pillow, but I think this is effectively just a glass cannon idea, in the sense that you're not going to have enough water. It doesn't stop here? Okay, good. At a certain point, you might as well have just made a customizer that said drag a slider left and right and make your own mods of this game and do it however you want to do it. Like adjust the abilities, adjust the amount of damage you can take and the amount of damage you deal. And yeah, we're just back to Dream Squids. Yeah. One level, going through a level a second time as one of these modes makes sense. I could see just reducing the ambition a little bit and saying, when in the main game Shantae got infected with the dark magic, she would have had a bunch of weird nightmares, and then in those weird nightmares there would have been 5 dreams, and one of the dreams would have been doing one of the levels as the Friends to the End section, and then one of them would be doing the level as Risky Boots, and one of them would be doing the level as the Jammies mode, and one would be doing it as the Mighty Switch Force mode. That would kind of make sense. I think if you really thought it through, like the aerial mode in your pajamas makes a lot of sense, because that's a level where you have a lot of people after you. The climbing up the tower as the ninja mode, the desert levels as a ninja would make a lot of sense, because that would give you more double jumping abilities. Risky Boots in this first level works fairly well, I think. Although maybe Risky Boots also would work very well in the creepy mansion. A lot of these collectibles are also in like the exact same place. But desperately, my real hope here that's not getting fulfilled would be to see new gameplay content. Some of these expansions gave us new enemies, but even the enemies weren't particularly well designed or didn't change the gameplay much. They seem to have a tendency to bounce around. And there's nothing here. You could also see how if this was all part of the main game, you would have a lot of reason to grind and get more currency. That would have definitely fixed the economy issue that we kept running into, where the game was giving you rather large quantities of rupees every time you had a rupee drop. Just fly all the way to the end. Yep. Since you know there's only like 3 collectibles in a level, there's really no real reason to even play through a lot of these levels. This is the place. First person on my invite list is risky, but she should arrive at any time now. In fact, I think this is her. Oh, snap 2 men. We're gonna blast this town to smithereens.
So fast, risky boots.
Oh great, it's the brat. Step aside or I'll... Hold on, you've got it all wrong. I just want to invite you into my ultimate slumber party.
What?
An invitation for me? Don't be absurd. Here, let me see that. Snort, I think you'd fall for such an obvious trap, Min. Blast this interfering imp into the ocean. But... Tinker Slug, slime-ridden sail, barge. And see, if this is doing 10 damage but it's incredibly slow at level 1, there's a real question about would I be doing 12 or 15 damage at level 4, or would I just be swinging faster? And this will probably win it for us. I barely took any damage at all in that one. I think I might actually be able to have played this section. But yeah, I just don't know when we start to get to like Risky's hideout and we have to do that Flappy Bird stuff again. I don't know how her abilities would line up at that point. Ark, how dare you interfere? I already told you, I just want to invite you to my party. Won't you please come? I don't know what this is all about, but I won't be made fool of. Yeah, it's just gonna be some terribly, like, rushed written dialogue to explain why the exact same events keep happening over and over again. Rats. Oh well, maybe she'll change her mind. She'll change her mind later. I've still got lots of invites to hand out. Next onto my list, Techno Baron. And the slightly different dance in the pajamas. But yeah, you can kind of see even playing in pajamas, it's not like the game is going to zoom in and or she's going to do anything particularly explicit or lewd. The lewdest thing you're going to get is potentially one pose showing a little bit more cleavage. Or a little bit more stomach. Or 1 or 2 or 3 poses showing different poses.
Let's go.
And then the stage select. Same stage select, same thing we've seen before.
Shantae, Half-Genie Hero.
One thing I do want to try before we wrap up here, we're going a little bit long, since now we've completely given up on doing any of the modes, the extra modes, which I suppose labeling them as modes is accurate, but not exactly right, because it's not like it's 100% playing the game slightly different. It does seem like it's just almost the exact same game. Alright, so I want to see hardcore mode. Like, there's an achievement for beating the game, I think, on hero mode or hard mode. So I want to see if hardcore mode lets you reset and continue if you die, or if this is truly a hardcore mode in the sense that you are you get one life and that's it. Because I could kind of see them going that direction and telling you you have to go one life. See, this whole forest background, and it never gets used again. Yeah. It's kind of a wasted animation. So go down here. Just trying to skip all this. And this whole section down here never gets used again. It almost feels like this is a section of the game where, or like this whole area is actually where Uncle gets all of his discoveries. He has them all secretly hidden underground. I don't think it really would have changed the story one bit if instead of her having this one-on-one conversation with the glowing light, the glowing light had just appeared to Shantae and Uncle and put her on the same quest. Like, at no point really was there any implication or thought that Shantae was crazy or just dreamt this sequence. So yeah, the concept of dreams clearly were going to be something that people were going to think about, but let's hit start. You have like 2 health. Let's see. Trying to skip everything to see if we can quickly get into a battle. The item shop's not open yet, so we can't see if the prices are any different. Alright, so I'm just gonna So we found below. Part is in the item shop. Let's see. Item shop will be open soon, just unloading some shipments. Do I need to talk to everyone? Got all the subscreens. Each one of them kind of sending me in the same direction. So Oh. So you have to talk to her, who plays not as big a role as you'd like. So you have to talk to the spa lady to get the magnet. And then you take the magnet to the uncle. Then skip all of this. And then that starts the next part. And then at that point, and then we get the whistle. Real slow start here to actually jumping into the action. They seem to like to do that. They seem to really want to give you a lot of dialogue up front and then gameplay for 40 minutes and then a lot of dialogue some more. Right, let's press the start button and then that goes to a load screen. The only thing we really wanted to see here is like how many hits does it take to break something or kill something. We haven't heard the music in a while. It seems to me like it takes pretty much the same amount of hits, but I am getting a lot more damage. And the only way you're gonna really bounce that out is if the game costs me ridiculous amounts of health. Everything here implies that we would get some health upgrades at some point. Yeah, I don't see any reason why the hardcore mode would play differently. So at that you press continue, and when you press continue it brings you back to the main level. So yeah, it's not a hardcore mode in the sense that you totally die and it deletes your save or anything like that. It might be a case that you get to like the second part of a level and then hit continue and it takes you back to the beginning of the level. Which, yeah. As you can pretty well see, I can't even get past the first brief section of that.
Shantae, Half-Genie Hero.
So, yeah. Color me not particularly happy here. I kind of like the New Game Plus mode as an idea that probably would help you get a fastest time with 100% collectibles fairly easily, but unless there's a hero mode that would unlock with the other DLC, which obviously there doesn't because we did all of Pirate Queen's quest and it didn't unlock anything. Yeah, we beat that whole section. We didn't beat any of the other sections. Yeah, I'm not impressed with the Ultimate Edition version of this. Main game's fine, but also it still suffers from really long linear levels that they are clearly way too proud, and a fairly generic story, fairly boring bosses with the exception of the giant mermaid, and just not really going anywhere or doing anything different or even as good as the previous Shantae games. So yeah, I'll leave that series at this. We're very softly rage quitting. That's it for this series. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. And if you want to support me further, there's a link to Patreon, or you can friend me on Steam and give me a gift card or a game off my wishlist. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.